So now the next stage, there's another firing stage. I'm getting close to finish. The next firing stage, you don't just go through the firing once. Does everybody believe that? God puts some pain on you. Then He's going to fire you again. You are going to begin to be a peculiar vessel. And He says, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall into divers temptation, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. I mean, you're going to come to temptation. Just count it all joy and understand that this is the plan. He's trying you. He's perfecting you. And it's going to work patience in you. But let patience, this is the important word. That's what He's saying. Let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. So this second firing, man, it's already strong. I can put this thing in the kiln and I can just throw it high, wide open. I can put it on. This first kiln, when I put this thing in the kiln, I turned it up very little bit on low. Let's say there's a kiln with 3 knobs and it has low, medium, and high. I turn the first one on low and I wait an hour. Then I shut the door and I wait an hour. And it's around 100 degrees. Then I'll turn the next one up to low, the next one up to low, the next one to medium, over about 5-6 hours. Then the next one up, next one up, next one about another 5 hours. And so I'm going to barely let this ease up at 100 degrees. And all the while there's things called peepholes in the kiln. And I'm peeping in. I'm saying, okay. All right, I'm going to turn it up. And okay, it's looking good. Okay. And I'm so concerned because don't want to break. I don't want the novice stage, but now I've got them to a place and I'm going to turn it up. I know how much to turn the fire up. I'm more concerned about this than this is. I'm going to turn it up. Then when it starts glowing in the kiln, okay, it's glowing everywhere. Throw it on high, wide open. It's glowing. It can take the heat. It's learned to trust me. I turn that heat wide open and it goes up to maturity from 1100 degrees to about 2200 degrees. And it's no problem. It didn't break. It's good. It hung on there. So then I paint it for personality. Now I'm going to put it back in the kiln and I'm going to just turn it on high. It's already been through the fire. It knows who I am. It can handle this. And I just shut the door and just throw them all on high. And then in about 2 or 3 hours, it's done. Now, before it took about, 15, 20 hours. Now just a couple hours and it's done. It's finished because it knows how to go through the fire. I'm making it steep. Now the clay's called to something. What's it called to? Obviously patience. It's going to get patience. Patience is this. The primary sense is continuance. Holding out the suffering of afflictions, pain, toil, calamity, or provocation with a calm, unruffled temper. That's what the dictionary says. That's what you get when you go through the firing. You're going to come out different. What it is endurance without murmuring. This is the dictionary. Fretfulness or discontent, perseverance and continuance in laboring, or exertion. It can just take it now. It's becoming this. It's becoming this. Let's grab this bowl since we're with bowls. So it's going through this firing, and now it can just throw it way up on high. You can't get this shine or this look without going into the high firing. You can't reflect and shine the glory of God without going through high firing. Now it has a characteristic that it's gaining when it's becoming in this stage. Its characteristic is durability. It's getting durable. I just turn that thing on high, and it's getting this person with patience. It's just going to be durable. You get patience in the firing, and you're going to be durable. Amen. So the main characteristic here means this: having the quality of lasting long, continuing long, without wearing out. That's what I want to say. Without wear. In other words, it's microwave proof, oven safe. Amen. That's the deal. That's it. You got strengthened. And then I'm done. I like this. I like that. I see glory and reflection, and I see myself not just in it, but I see my personality in that. I made him in my image, body, soul, and spirit, and he's reflecting colors and abilities and understanding of me, and people can look at that and say, who made that? Oh, God is the designer of that. Wow. So here's what God does. He looks at that and he says, wow, okay, that's glorious. That was created unto glory. But here's what I got to do. I got to price this thing. I got to value this thing. But He knoweth the way that I take. He knew every way. He knew every way that I took. Amen. He knows the way that I take. But when He hath tried me, I shall come forth as gold. All of a sudden, I've been through the firing. I'm tried. Now I'm valuable. Very valuable. Very valuable to God. This is worth gold. I mean, you know, as a potter, when I make these pots, this is money sitting here. This is gold. This is how I'm going to feed my family. This is worth something. So I'm going to look at it and I'm going to price this. And if this is okay, this is this price and this is this price. I have to value it. It's valuable. So the character quality that determines this, there's a couple of things I look at. One, is it unique? Unique, individually. Or is it trying to act like brother so-and-so? Or is it just standing on its own before me? It's unique. It's not cast. It's not from Walmart. There's not 50 of these. You can't buy these. There's not another one of these in the world. I cannot produce this twice. I was making lamps for a living, and everybody wants a perfectly matched lamp. And finally I told our gallery, I said, I'm going to stop making lamps. There's no such thing as two lamps that match unless you go to Walmart. You have to cast them. They can't be in my hands at the same time. I am so passionate and consumed with this, I can only do one at a time. And it can only go into the fire a special way, and it's only going to sit on one shelf. Nothing else can sit right there in the kiln. It's so personal. It's a one of a kind. That's what art is. It's impossible for me to create this piece again. It's one of a kind. It's unique. So I price it that way. And if it's better than something else, it's going to get a higher price. And it's beautiful in form and function. It is beautiful, and it has form, and it has a function. So that's how I price it. Okay? Think about your life. And it's sincere. It's a pottery turn. That means unfeigned, without wax. That means it's not a second. It's not been cracked and filled in with wax and painted over and tricky and peeling up. But it's sincere. It's unfeigned. It's perfect. So the clay has a calling at this point. When you come out of the firing, you've been with God. You have a glow about you. This calling is to godliness. He says to add to what? Temperance, patience, godliness. The main characteristic of godliness is holiness, a partaker of His divine nature. You have a characteristic about you. You're wholehearted now. You've become holy. You are conforming to the character and precepts of God. You're bearing His divine image. People look at that and say, who made that? So this is what's happening. Who's worked in your life? What is happening? You're bearing God's image and you're giving Him glory. You have much to offer at this point. As a potter, I make this. I have much. I can put this in. I can make some money. Put it that way. I can make some money now with this pot.